Hi, good morning. My name is Nicole Oman, and I am here on October 2nd with your daily guidance. Okay, welcome to your daily guidance. I was going to do the tarot today, but I've been inspired by my night last night. And I already blogged about it, but I still wanted to talk about it here on camera. So last night was a little interesting, and I know we have this Pluto transit happening over the moon, so some deeper stuff coming to the surface, maybe coming up to the subconscious. So last night was a normal night, seemingly. We went and got some ice cream, and on the way back, my 2.5-year-old daughter started talking about some interesting things. And if you have kids, some of the things that come out of their mouths, you're like, where did that come from? And some are storytelling, just their imagination, but this one was a little different. So as I was changing her last night into her pajamas, she reached up and she touched her back by her shoulder blades, and she told me, I used to have wings. And I said, oh yeah? Okay, were they angel wings or were they fairy wings? And she said, angel wings. And I said, oh, okay, what do they look like? And she said, kind of like a bird. And then she continued on to tell me about, well, she said, do you remember the pink Jag keys? And I said, the pink Jag keys? She's like, yeah, the Jag car. I said, well, what's a Jag car? And she said, the Jaguar car. And I was like, okay. So I took her and I took her into the living room, and I told my husband, and my husband knelt down and said, where'd you hear Jaguar car from? And she said, very matter of fact, she said, I had a Jaguar car. Remember, Mommy? Remember when I was the mommy and you were the little kid, and there was a little seat, and you used to sit next to me, and we used to drive around? And I was like, my husband looked at each other, and we were astonished, almost to the point where we were, the feeling of it was, I think, even deeper than her saying that. It was a consciousness that the three of us were in last night, and we all felt it. My husband and I felt it. It felt very thin. It almost felt like our reality was being pulled apart right in front of us, to the point where it kind of freaked us out. And I'm usually one of these people who like ask more questions. Oh yeah, da da da. And I couldn't. I was almost paralyzed because I almost didn't want to know anymore. And she said it very, very matter-of-factly, and so this is kind of what I wanted to say around past lives. Now, I had my own personal story, as I used to really be interested in past life stuff when I was younger, and I actually had a past life memory when I was younger that I died at 3 years old, and it was actually in a taxi, and then I came right back in. Like, as soon as I died, I went and I incarnated right away. And I'm guessing that this is the same life she was talking about. But as time went on and I worked with different clients and I became a life coach, I started thinking past lives were more about archetypes and how we resonate with archetypical process. But this kind of shattered me a little bit, and I'm seeing everybody. I'm seeing like the lineage, and I see how we keep doing this, kind of like Cloud Atlas. And we keep coming in with different karmas and different relationships with the same souls. And the reason I think why I shied away from the reincarnation talk and the past life talk is because I hear a lot of people talking about past lives, and I also hear them talking about it in a way that, well, that was from a past life karma and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's like, if it doesn't feel empowering, or if it doesn't feel like it can serve you, or a spiritual tool that can, if it can't serve you in this present life and we're sitting here living in the past, I don't really feel like it's needed to be brought up. But I'm starting to see that maybe we are having to unravel some karmas, and maybe there is a tool that we can use when these past life karmas come up, and not be in the victimhood of our past lives, but be in the empowerment of these memories or these illusion shattering events that happen in our lives. Because it's breaking down this third dimensional confines that we find ourselves in. And so with my story, it really has broken my confines of this illusion, and I'm really grateful for it. I mean, it was freaky, I have to say, but I am very grateful. Now there's a ton more questions that I have. Isn't that always the case, though? Like, we get these profound experiences, and then we have 1,000 more questions. Like, what happened? Like, ah! But that is my story to you today. If that gives you any sort of comfort, or maybe resonate with the story or have a similar story, I hope it does. That's your guidance for today, is to expand your mind, be open, and most importantly, listen. Because there's synchronicity and there are lessons being taught to us all the time. We just have to be in the consciousness and in the space to be able to receive them. Okay, well, if you need anything from me, you can get a hold of me at coachingwithnikki@yahoo.com, or you could book a session at GaiaBlooming.com. You can visit me on my own website at NicoleOman.com, and all the links are below on the YouTube channel. All right, well, until next time, thank you for listening to my story, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.